if we thought simpler, and I'll call this the Eric rule right here from the chat, of saying, what if instead I, as an MSP, set up a cryptographic method to validate my users? Meaning, let's say I'm going to send you a push from an enterprise application in Entra that's going to show up on your phone, and you're going to need to validate that that's you. Right now, at least in this case, it does train that someone's going to do that in a way. Now, there's other risks that somebody in the chat can definitely bring up. I have in my mind. But if you always did that as an MSP, you're now validating your client. You're at least validating that end of the social engineering challenge. They have to have at least compromised that person before ability to intervene, right? But in the same breath, if I ever as an MSP do not validate you as a user, you would be able to train those users that means I'm not the MSP. If anybody ever calls you and doesn't validate with this push that's going to show up just like this with my logo on it and this enterprise app we inject in your environment, then now it's not me. You now can train at least that social engineering attack that's harder to do of me coming, because it's never going to happen. You'd expect the client to validate my face or my badge. It's just not likely at that scale for an SMB. But the obverse could be done, right? Where we always train them to understand that we're going to validate you. Every ticket you put in, we're going to validate you. We're going to make sure you're you. Now, if you have an identity crisis or you can't get in, not like a existential one, but like a technical identity crisis, then we're going to have methods to overcome that potentially, right? Is the technical method. But I like the idea of both direction validation of your identity. It's a lot harder to go the other way, but yeah.
Keep it simple. You could implement any one of our folks could implement that today, Matt. That's a great approach.
There's code out there that's free.